Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and I want to talk to you, the stalwart remnant, those who have the courage to still say D&D forever, those who have a courage to resist the call of D&D be gone, to say no, Dungeon Masters have a right to exist. We don't want to be removed from memory, from existence. We don't want to trade our golden crown of Dungeon Master for a gnarled bramble circle, wooden circle of thorns called Game Master. We reject the idea that Jason Bullman's Pathfinder is the only approved game now, and maybe we can get permission to slide over to some other OSR game or some other approved game. That Dungeons & Dragons is no longer on the approved list, right? Approved for anyone under the banner of the Persecutor. Anyone who has joined, though many who have the sigil of OSR, many who have the sigil of OGL 1.0 creator, many who have the sigil, right, of OSR OGL 1.0, the sigil of the orc, right? Many from those groups are rallying under the banner of the Persecutor, which is the words, D&D be gone, Dungeon Masters, which means Dungeon Masters no more. We deny your right to exist. You must trade your golden crown of Dungeon Master, and those words can never be spoken again, because D&D is to be gone. We will never allow you to say Beholder. We will never allow you to say Owlbear. Big B's hand is no longer allowed, right? Only the skeleton that can be found under the Chronicles of Galarian is allowed now. I know you're frightened. This is what I want you to do. We have to rally to action. We have to push our emotions aside and act. And what is that action? The first action you need a notebook, and you need to begin journaling. Because the first thing, and it is already happening, the persecutors who are persecuting you now, sending you castigation, sending you contempt, right? Sending you judgment because you want to go see D&D Beyond, because you want to go see D&D Honor Among Thieves, because you dared to log into D&D Beyond, right? They're like, you are castigated. We will send you contempt, right? We will judge you and guess what? They gave us castigation. They gave us contempt. They gave us judgment in 1983. And these people are not 1 ounce different. They are zealots that want to choose what you read, what you run, what you watch. And I say no. Down with the persecutors. Down with those from the OSR who have joined. Down with the OGL 1.0 creators who have telling us that D&D can no longer exist. That Dungeon Masters can no longer exist. It is wrong. It is wrong. We have a right to be here. We have a right to keep our golden crown of Dungeon Master and to never trade it for a circled wooden barbed thorn patch to put on our head instead, called Game Master. I will not suffer under it, nor will you. Do not trade your golden crown of Dungeon Master. Don't let anybody tell you you don't have a right to exist, and that you should be gone, that you should be gone, that you should be gone. I am telling you, you have a right to be here. Don't let them take away your confidence, your charisma. Don't let them take away what was beautiful from you, right? You have a golden crown of Dungeon Master on your head. Do not let them take it. Do not let them say that you need to be gone, and books need to be gone, and the table needs to be gone, and all must fall under Jason Bullman's teachings. It is wrong. Pathfinder is not a savior, and it has never been a replacement. It has always been a hollow shell copy husk of Dungeons & Dragons. And to say that anyone should choose Pathfinder over Dungeons & Dragons is a ludicrous persecution. It is a persecution. Call it for what it is. Right? There are people who are telling you, you can't buy, own, read, run, watch Dungeons & Dragons. I'm telling you, you still can. I know you're persecuted. I know you're frightened because you saw this before. People came for your D&D books before, right? They're coming again. They're coming again. They've already cost thousands of people to cast their books into the flame of cancellation. It's all happening again. New persecutors, same energy, right? Saying that you're not smart enough to choose what you run and read and buy and own and watch. You are. You have value. And the banner of the persecutors, some under the OGL 1.0 creator group, some under the OSR group, right? Some under the ORC group are coming to tell you that you don't even have a right to exist. And I'm telling you, you do. Do not bend to their persecution. You cannot stop from being persecution. The persecution has already started. And I want you to get your journal and start listing when the FLGS owner frowns when you buy keys of the Golden Vault, or castigates you for even asking that it's on the shelf and points to an empty shelf and says, I'll never carry D&D again. It's just Pathfinder. It's just OSE. It's just the approved games that are under the banner of the persecutor, right? You better not be buying those dice to play D&D with. We're back. We are back. We are back. We are the stalwart remnant who still has the courage to say, when anyone takes from you, castigates you, gives you contempt, judges you for being Dungeons & Dragons, write it down. Because the gaslighting has already begun. People under the banner of persecuting saying, we're not persecuting you. Our moral judgment of Hasbro means you shouldn't buy, own, read, run, watch Dungeons & Dragons. We're helping you. They're persecuting you. See it for what it is. Write it down. Make a record. And put it on paper. Put it on paper. We're the last ones to remember the value of paper. You have value. Your crown as Dungeon Master is made of gold. Do not let them snatch it from your head and jam a circle of thorns where it was called Game Master. Do not let anyone tell you a Game Master is a Dungeon Master. Do not let anyone tell you that the world shifted in 1974 and that human narrative wasn't changed forever when the Dungeon Master was created, and that the insistence that you take that crown off is not a destruction of the value that Gary put into Dungeons & Dragons that lacks in every retro clone. Everyone. You matter. You matter. It's okay. I know you're frightened. We're in it together. I am part of the stalwart remnant left. You are part of the stalwart remnant left. It's okay. You will be castigated. There will be contempt or censorware. There will be judgment. The persecution has already started. But you can persist through. We've done it before. We're going to do it now. 1983, 2023. 4 decades and not a thing changed. But the names of the people, the energy is the same. D&D forever.